All right, welcome to Frank Teaches DevOps. All right, my lovely viewers, thank you for the show of love. Thank you for your support so far. Thank you for the support so far. So, this will be our fifth episode in our video series, and which is anchored on Ansible Playbook. So at this stage, Ansible is now getting interesting. All right, it's now getting interesting. Okay, so we now need to start seeing um, the power in Ansible. All right, the power in Ansible. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the real deal. So, what's Ansible Playbook? So, let me start with my right. So, a playbook is just a collection of plays, right? As you may have it, a playbook is a collection of play. If you look at dictionary, even a dictionary meaning of a playbook is a collection of play, different plays. All right. Now we still go further. What are plays? Plays are made up of tasks. So in the context of Ansible, all right, let's just narrow everything. Playbook in the context of Ansible, all right. Playbook is collection of plays. Underline play, the word plays. Now, plays, what are plays? Plays are made up of tasks. All right? Plays are instructions performed by the task. They are instructions performed by the task. Now, what are tasks? Tasks are operations, commands, instructions that Ansible performs on the remote machines. All right? So this is what a playbook, a play, and a task is. So on my left hand side, if we want to look at a more technical definition of Ansible, which is an organized unit of script that defines work for a server, for a server configuration managed by the automation tool Ansible. All right. So this is everything about Playbook. All right. Yeah. So without further ado, let's see how we can write. Let's see the syntax of a playbook. Let's see the syntax of a playbook, right? Because we've seen a lot and we need to see the syntax of playbook because we can't explain anything more than this. The next thing we need to look at is how do we write a simple playbook. All right, let's go further. Now, playbook syntax. So in this, I'm going to show us how to write a simple playbook to get started, right? So before then, let me bring out my text editor, not just text editor. So to write a simple play, all right, a playbook, um, this is the content of a playbook, all right? It's made up of YAML files, right? So a dash, let me host. You specify the first line in a playbook. The first line is where you specify the host. You could say all or the name of the host. All simply means all the hosts, all the target servers, all the target servers. Or I could say if I have specific names I need to target, specific host that I need to target, I'll say let's say web01 or app01. Or if it's a group, I'll say web or I'll say app. As the case may be, or I could even call it DB servers. All right, as the case may be. So this part is it defines the targeted machines. All right, all right. So this line, let me comment that. Here's my comment. This line defines target hosts. Right? Now, below that, let me remove this dot because if I don't remove that dot, it's going to give me as a bulletin. Now, below it, we use the keyword become. Become here, say true. We could use become true. All right? I'm coming. So become here, I'm just giving you us the basic syntax. Now, become in this context, you are assuming the root privilege. Become true. So let's put a comment. This instruction tells Ansible to grant root access to the user, to any user running Ansible. It tells Ansible grant root access to the user. All right. The user could be anybody, but give that user running this instruction the root access. That's what become in this context means. So now down here, we now have the last argument, which is what? Task. So this task will now start defining the different task. So easy, so straightforward. Now the first task, I'll give you the name. Let's say this task, let's say name of tax. Tax to identify operation. Okay. Name of tax to identify operation. Now, after name of the tax, the module, which is the Ansible plugin used for executing the task. Right? Now, we now have argument. Argument 1, argument to perform on task, to perform the task, right? We now have argument 2, the same thing. I could copy this, copy, and argument n, as the case may be, the nth argument, right? Argument n, argument to perform the nth task. The second task, the first task. So this, as it is one play. This is a complete play. So that's why we say Ansible is a collection of plays. This is a complete play. Now, these are the tasks in that play. These are the tasks. One task. All right. Now, I need to copy this. Let's say we have other tasks. Let me paste what I copied. All right. So this is one task. This is another task in a single play. Understand the joke. This is one task. This is another task in a single play. All right. Now let's broaden this thing so that we'll understand it properly. Take it up. Okay. All right. Now let's do something. Undo, please. Okay. Now Copy all of these. Copy. Bring it down here and paste. As this is now, we have one play, we have a second play. So every host defines a play. Every host defines a play. So in this playbook, we have two plays. We have two plays. And each of these plays have a minimum of two tasks. So this task is identified by this task one, and here comes task two inside of this play. The same thing is applicable here. This is task one, and here is task two inside another play. So this is the structure of a playbook. This is the structure of a playbook. All right, great. So now let's try and see these things in action. Let's see this thing in action, and we'll just we'll just work on two, three, or more modules. All right. Then at the end of it, we shall wrap it up with a demo where we deploy a web application. All right, on the web server, and we see how we can access that web application on the browser. All right. So wrap it up to wrap things up. Okay. So I have modules for. Let me open something. Okay. So we are going to be working with these few modules. Remember in our last video, we in our last episode, we talked about Ansible ad hoc commands where we were able to do justice to few of these models. All right, so we are still also going to use these models to perform one or two tasks using the playbook. All right, so now let's start with what managing files. All right, so managing files between the two, we write tasks about it. All right, so let's get started. So this is what's going to happen. So this is what's going to happen. So I have a control node, all right, which is what I have here. So this is my control machine. This is my control VM. All right, great. Now I have two target nodes. So I will identify it with their color. This somehow, what color is this? Let me change this color. Yes, this should be that color. So this is a web 01. All right, and then this other color is black, which is app 01. Okay, so here I'll give it a black color. Um, app 01. So the color there will be white. Great, right? So app. Okay, let me take this to a fresh page, please. All right, great. Okay, so now I want to perform some tasks on the target machines using Playbook. All right, so perform these tasks on you and on you. All right, great. Okay, with Playbook, with just Playbook, with Playbook. So here we go. So I'm going to write a playbook for these two machines. All right, so let's get started. So in my, let me remove some of these files. I don't need some of these files. Master. Okay, okay. All right, so Great. So now I'll create a file called playbook. Vim play, it could be any name, playbook.yaml. Remember, it is a YAML file and it has to be in YAML format. Playbook.yaml. So in this play, I'll define my host. Host, I'll say web 01. I'll define it according to what I have in my inventory file. Take note, please. According to what I have on my inventory. So in my inventory, I have where's this guy? I have web 01 as this guy, right? Because I want to target just only web 01. Okay, take note, please. Take note. It's according to what I have in my inventory file, right? So my inventory file has that host web 01. Okay, so now become what? True. So which states that I need to, from what we have here, from this explanation, I need to assume root privilege. All right. I need to assume root privilege. Let's go there. So become, then the next one will be tasks. Crazy. Now, name of the task. Name of the task. So first, let's look at what we have. Right. Manage files. I need to create some files. I need to create some directories. Okay. Yeah, web folders in my target machine. So create files and web folders, right? Create files and web folders. Now, what are we doing? File. I'm using the model, right? I'm starting off with the model, all right? Great. Okay. I'm starting off with the model. Using this model, okay, all right. So let's create some files. So um, name of the file. Let's say name of the file. Name of the file is let's start off. Okay, all right. So okay, for I to be able to carry us along, all right. Let's look at what we have in our documentation. All right, let's check properly. Let's check quickly, please. Ansible doc, then file. I want to use file, right? So let's go to the example we have. Let's go to the example we have. Let's go there. Let's go. So you see that Ansible make things easy, all right? Especially the way they have made up, set up their what's it called? Set up their documentation, right? Now this is file ownership, okay? Um, create a file, right? So in creating the file, let's see, it's creating hard links and soft link, okay? All right. So you specify the path and the state of the file and the mode. Okay. And all right. So let's go there. Let's go there. So go back into my playbook. All right. Now the path. Sorry. So path will be, I want to create this file somewhere opt um um opt under OPT. All right, let's create under OPT. Okay, now then what else? The state of the file will be what? Touch. Then the file name, let's say let's look at something. Let me look at something let's call it, okay, we say config files, right? We say config files. let's go back. Let me call it webconf fig.conf, right? Webconfig.conf, state is touch. Then we can say the ownership, all right? We can say the owner to that file. Let's call the owner to that file is let's say TK, all right? TK, and the group which that file belongs to is PK admin. PK admin. But we don't have this user TK created. We don't also have this group PK admin created. So it means we need to create these two file, these tags. All right. So now I'm going to copy this line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to create a tax before this other tax. All right. So let's do something. Let's do something. 1, 2, 5, 6. So 6 yang. So let's paste those lines. All right. So what I did there was yanking, copying these lines and pasting it above. All right. So now I need to create users, create user and group, right? Because I need to use those users and group the user in the next task. So the what's it called? The module I will use here is user. So user, name of the user name is TK, and yeah, and I can also specify the UID. UID of that user, I can say 400 for that user. Okay. What else again? I think that's all. So I also need to create another tax for, okay, and this user is a member of the group PK admin. TK admin. So if I'm going to assign this user TK to this group as a member, it means I may also have to create a task, okay, that creates this group. Okay. So now let's please just follow with me. Follow with me. It's just how the playbook is. Okay. So let's go up. Let me paste what I copied. Great. What happened? Undo. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nyang. All right. So I've pasted these 5 lines. So this will create me a group. Create group. So we use the keyword, the model, sorry, group. The name of that group will be PK admin. PK admin. Then the GID group has a group ID. A GID, let's say, is 401. Then yeah, I think that's it. That's it. So we have in this play, this is a single play, all right? We need to create a group, okay? And the group name is PK admin. We also need to create a user. We also need to create a user, and the user is TK. Name of the user is TK, and the UID of that user is 41. And this user has to be a member of this group PK admin. Then we are creating files, create files and web folders. All right, we're creating files and web folders. All right, so in here we're using the file module. So the path to that file is this should be under opt web config. Then the state is just an empty file. Then the owner of that file should be this user TK, and that file should belong to the group PK admin. All right, so we need to also create web folder. All right, web folder. So let's come web folder. name, create web folder. All right. So it's still file we need to use. Then the path. Path will be opt web files. All right. Then the state would be a directory. All right. Then the owner to that directory web files has to be tk, and the group also has to be what, pk admin, right? So now in this play we have in this play, this is a single play, we have four tasks. The first task is to create this group, second task is to create this user, third task is to create files, create files. We just want to keep it very basic, make it very basic, create files. Then the fourth task is to what? Create web folder, right? So let's look at file one more time. Let's look at user, sorry. Let's look at user, addoc, sorry, Ansible doc, then user, what we have under user, example, let's look, we've seen file, we also need to see user. Let's see. Let's look at the example we have. Let's look. It takes some time. Let's look. Okay. All right. So here it is. Okay, I need to indent. There need to be some indentation. The name, comments, UID, group, and all of that. All right. So if we also need to give the user a shell, yes, we need to give the user a shell. Let's say bin bash. All right, the created user. State has to be present. All right, state has to be present for the user. Okay, bin shell and state. Well, let's go back there. So go back to your playbook. The user within state the state. State has to be present. Present. Okay, so this is group, indent it a bit, group, okay, one, let's see what happens. Um, sorry, two, so give it proper indentation, sorry, okay. All right, so with all of this, I think we are all set. We are all set. So in this play, we have four tasks. All right, so let me escape, save, and quit. To execute this, we use a new command called Ansible Playbook. Ansible Playbook. So all the while, we've been using Ansible dash I and so on and so forth. So in here, we're going to specify a new command called Ansible Playbook. All right. So meaning that we am running my command from a playbook. Ansible Playbook dash I, specify the inventory. Okay. Then the playbook name. Right? Then the playbook name. All right? So this is what's going to happen. Ansible playbook, your inventory file, then your playbook. So your playbook, you have multiple tasks to run at the same time. So let's see if everything goes fine. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to hit enter. Let's see. So now it's picking each of these tasks one by one. It was so fast. Is picking those tasks one by one. Now look at see. Let's see now. This is the first play. Let's analyze everything. Here is the first play. Here's the first play. Now, for these tasks, we have the tasks that's the aspect of gathering facts. All right, gathering facts about the target machine. Okay, which is okay. Then the first task was what? Create a group. Create group. That's a task name. All right. And the second task was create user. The third task was create files. And the fourth task is create web folder. Play recap. There was four changes made. There was no downtime. There was no error, and that. So let's check if these things we did actually got executed, got performed on the remote machine, which is Web 01. So from our tasks, we were told that let's see, playbook. Let's bring up the playbook. That create group. All right. The group name is PK admin. So let's go and check. So yeah, so I would say cat etc group. Great. So cat etc group. I'm going to grep for what? PK admin. So you can see I have PK admin. So let's go back. Then I was told that the GID is 401, which is the group ID. Group ID is 401. Great. Now the next task was or is create a user called what? TK. Now let's go. Let's go. I'll say cat etc pass wd grep what? TK. You can see I didn't specify the bash. Sorry, I didn't specify the shell. All right, I didn't specify the shell. All right, I'll go back and specify the shell. So the UID is 400. You can see the UID is 400. Let's check the group. They said is group. And if we check this group now, TK is a member of this group, PK admin. It's a member of this group, PK admin. Before I go further, let me go back and edit the playbook and add shell. So for this user, I want to add shell. Shell would say bin bash, right? So this guy will use bin bash. So I need to rerun that command, Ansible Playbook dash I inventory followed by the playbook name. All right. So to tell us that there was a change here. Two changes were made. All right. So let's check. So when we checked for the TK, we saw that the shell is just shell. All right. So if we do it again, we'll see that that's changed from shell to what? Bash. From SA shell to what? Born again shell. Right? From ordinary shell to bash shell. All right. So that is the process. So let's still go back and let's play. Now, in this other task, creating your files, opt webconfig.conf. Let's see, and the owner should be TK and the group should be what? PK admin. So let's see if that was actually done. So if I check /opt, I should see something called webconfig.conf, and the owner is TK and the group is PK admin. The same thing, we went further to create a web folder file. In this web folder file, we got to see that the path is opt and the name is web files. The state is a directory. The owner is TK and the group is PK admin. Similarly, we have the same thing here. We have the same thing here. So with playbook, we've been able to run multiple tasks at the same time. All right, multiple tasks at the same time. Okay. So let's see how we can install package. Let's edit this same thing. Let's go into that playbook, right? So now I need to install. It's a web base, right? It's a web host. So I need to install Apache, right? So for me to install Apache, let's continue with the same play, the same task. All right, we have multiple tasks. Create more tasks. Create more tasks. Let's create additional tasks. Let's call it. Let's call this. I'm coming. So I'm going to download files from GitHub. Let me just say from the internet. From the internet. Right? All right. Okay. That's the name of that tax. So I'm going to use file to download that. And one. So um let's use shell. Sorry. Let's use shell. So I'm going to run a shell command. So in this shell command, I'm going to say um, wget, all right? Wget, then let me look for a sample HTML CSS project. Sample HTML CSS project on GitHub. GitHub. Very simple HTML CSS projects on GitHub. One page website CSS. Let me try this. Okay, let me try this. All right. So here's the page. So I'm going to copy. I need a zip. Download the zip. Right click this guy and copy link address. So when you copy link address, you come over here. You paste this guy. All right. So I'm downloading this guy. Okay. So I'll download this guy to, let's say something. But before then, let's let's do something. Let's run multiple commands here. Let me see if that will fly. Let's see if that will fly. Okay. Let's see if that will fly. All right. So I'm running multiple commands. So in here, I'll cd into slash opt. Okay. I'll cd this into slash opt. So once I'm inside of opt, then execute this command. I should have the master zip. All right. Great. Great. So after downloading this guy, I need to unzip this guy. All right. I need to unzip it. So for that, we are going to use another model. Okay. Another model called unarchive. Let's see what happens. Unarchive. This is going to be very interesting. Okay. So this is another model on archive. Okay, on archive master.zip. Okay, okay, the path, sorry, on archive master.zip. One, two, okay, the path to that file is slash opt slash this. All right, great. So let's see something. Let me see something. It's getting very interesting. Let's see something. Okay, okay. Let's make some a little modification because in all of these, I also need to install a web server. A web server, right? So I'm installing Apache 2 and I also download the files. So this task is going to install Apache 2, all right? State is present, all right? Uh, we also have service, name of that service. Name of the service is Apache 2. Then state of the service is started. Okay. And enabled, yes. Okay. So yeah, so I won't be using this file paths, rather I'll be using on archive. So in on archive, my source will be this. Let me copy this. This is my source. I'm downloading directly from the internet. All right. So with this, I can download directly from the internet. Then destination, I want this guy to decompress this file into this destination. All right. So I don't need this part anymore. I don't need this file module. All right, great. Okay, so on this task, all right, I'm performing three um, actions. I'm installing Apache. I'm starting the service. I'm also downloading the CSS file and I'm pushing them into this guy. All right, great. So I'm extracting them into this directory. Okay, into this directory. So let's see if all of these will fly. So escape and save and quit. All right, so let's see. So let's rerun our Ansible playbook I inventory, then our playbook. So let's see if everything goes well. All right. So we're having conflicting action statement out service error. Okay, name. All right. Let's go back there and see what we need to do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, app and service. App and service. Can remove this. Um, let me remove this. Let's see. Okay. Okay, same. Wait. Let me go back there again. One sec, please. The offending lines to be error. Okay, just one sec. All right, so let's just separate. Let's separate them. Let's separate them. Let's separate them. Let's separate these guys. Let's separate these guys. Oh, sorry. Add the Apache 2 service, and this will be decompress the downloaded file. I think this should be fine. So these are now different tasks on their own. Okay, so escape, save and quit. So let's run them and see. Oh, state. Oh, sorry. Indentation. Indentation, it has to be on point. Indentation has to be on point. All right, I think that's it. Okay, so let's see what happens. So it's now going. It's now going. So it has to download that file and decompress it. So let's see. All right. So what's our challenge? Required by state name. Start the Apache service. So let's see. Start the Apache service. To service. Its name. Apache 2 service. Sorry, we didn't mention the name of the service. We have to mention the name of the service. Name of the service is Apache 2. Yeah, state started, enable yes. All right, so let's go there and let's rerun it. Let's rerun it and see. All right, so what was this complaining of? Okay, it's not syncing. Um, Could not find or access this. Okay. Let's see if that really exists. All right, we didn't add something. We need to add something, one more parameter to this, which is remote underscore source is yes, because we need to tell Ansible that this guy will be available on the remote machine. This guy will be available on the remote machines, right? So you need to use this parameter, remote underscore source. So let's see if everything goes well. Let's see. So let's rerun the Ansible playbook. Okay, so now we are free from those errors. We are free from the error. So the file was actually downloaded and decompressed. So let's see. Let's go back to and see. Let's see the playbook. Let's see the content of the playbook. Let's see the content of the playbook. So from at this point, we install Apache, started the service, decompress the file, and we move it to this location. So let's see. So these are our web. So sudo systemctl status Apache 2. We have Apache and it's up and running. That's great. So let's check if we have that file var html. So we have this file that was decompressed, all right, into this location. Okay. So we need to rename this guy because this guy is too long. One page website HTML CSS is too long. So if we look at the content, so in this content we have the index page, index.html. All right. So now index.html. So we need to rename this guy from this to something else, or we need to copy the entire content from here into here. Okay, so let's do that and see. Let's do that and see. So now that we have this file located in this path, var www, if I go into var w html and this, so we have our web page located here, pwd. So I need to copy all the content, all right, all the content here into www var www slash html. All right, so let's do that right away. So I'm going to playbook. I'm going to also name, all right, copy downloaded content into var www html. All right, so I'll use the copy module. So copy module is going to do for me source will be this. So here's my source. This is my source. Okay, copy this. That's my source. Okay, then my destination will be slash var www html. All right, so that's my destination. All right, so let's see if everything works. Okay, so I'll rerun my playbook and see. All right, so we haven't could not find access to this. Copy downloaded, could not find access to this. Could not find access. Could not find access to this. Let's do it one more time. So it's saying could not find access to that. Sorry, my bad, please. Sorry. I'm not supposed to use that. Sorry guys, not source, not source. So let's use command. All right. Let's use command. Let's use command for this. So there won't be any source and thus. So I'll be copying. Let's see something. Let's see something. Ansible doc command. Let me see. Okay. Playbook. So to copy everything here into var HTML. Right? So let's see. I think this should do that. So using command, copy everything here into that. So let's see. Let's see. So it was right to complain of that. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. The compress and copy or CMD copy CP. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we need to do. So copy downloaded content into slash var slash www slash html, right? So the module we are using here is a shell module. If you remember, we used in a Ansible add command, we use the shell module. So copy. So sorry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change directory. So this pipe symbol means I'm passing multiple commands in YAML. All right. So shell now cd into this. After changing directory into this and copy recursively, cp recursively, all right? This file exists inside of this directory. So copy everything inside of here into slash var www html. So the idea is for us to be able to view our application, to deploy our web application using to our instance using Ansible. So let's save this and check. So if I get to run this, let's see, let's see. So all right, so two changes were made. It was downloaded and all of this happened. All right. So now let's go to our web browser and see if, okay, before we go to our web browser, let's check the node. Let's check the node. So we did some copying. So pwd, this is this. So let's check. So yeah, now we now have this content, all right, instead of this. So let's go on our portal and web 01, try to access the web page. Web 01, copy this guy. So let's go on our web page and hit port 80. So you can see we can now access our web application on the node. All right. So the this is how we were able to use Ansible to deploy a simple web application to the web server. All right. So let's go back in there again. So this is it. Let's try and analyze the playbook. So this is all where it all started. All right, we installed Apache. All right, using apt Apache state is present. We started the service for Apache. We also downloaded compressed file from GitHub. All right, so we downloaded this file. The source is this file, and the destination we downloaded into this place. We sync that file. All right. Then after doing all of that, we also try to copy. We change directory using the shell command. We change directory into slash var www html, and we did a recursive copy of all the contents inside of this folder. All right, into this folder. and voila, we were able to launch our websites on the browser. On the browser. So this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for the patience. Thank you, and I would love to see you in our next episode. So in our next video, we will be looking solely at what's it called, Ansible rules. We shall see how to work with Ansible rules. So until then, I will say bye bye and thank you for everything. Thank you.